Thank you. Good afternoon. Well, if it's Chile's, I'm from Chile, so maybe that's why it's getting cool. Anyway, I just want to give an introduction to Galan Lithium. We're moving now into the lithium space, lithium brines to be more precise, and I'll be telling you about our new company that we just started exploring in Argentina, and this exciting news that I'll be presenting to you guys. Well, the usual disclaimer, as always, and where we are in the Lithium Triangle in Argentina. The Lithium Triangle is in Bolivia, Chile, and Argentina, and we specifically in Argentina. We are at the Hombre Muerto Basin, and why is this very important? It's very important because big companies are there. So this is elephant ground for lithium exploration and lithium production. FMC has been operating for 27 years at Hombre Muerto. We got also Galaxy Resources, and most recently we got POSCO that has purchased the northern end of Galaxy Santa Vida. So it's all very exciting in terms of where we are. Now, why it's always important where we are. 27 years ago or beyond, FMC did a due diligence of Argentina, and they decided to start at Hombre Muerto. 30 years ago, there was one company interested in producing lithium carbonate, and they picked up the best place. So we are next door to the best possible place that we can find in Argentina. I'll try to make an analogy with the Pilbara. So imagine this is Mount Wellback, and we find something right next door from Mount Wellback in terms of iron ore. Everyone will be really excited. I'm excited because this is our Mount Wellback in lithium. A bit of a capital structure. We have a very tightly held company, and 96 million shares on issue. And today we have our chairman and one of our directors in the audience. And we have $1.2 million in cash, but if you look to your left, we have the equivalent to $2.3 million here in options, then $500,000, and then $3.5 million worth of options. They are all in the money at 14 cents. Okay, moving to a bit of trading history, where we are, where we started. Now, lithium brines. Why lithium brines? Lithium brines has been operating the same as spodumene for the last 30 years. FMC has been operating in Argentina, but in Chile also you got SQM. SQM is a company that has done the deal with Kidman. And you also have Albemarle. Albemarle has 49% of Greenbushes, and they are building a plant to produce lithium carbonate in WA. So the same big companies that you find in Australia, they're also in the Lithium Triangle. So to understand a bit more about what this is and why it's so different to spodumene, is all comes to the operating costs, and the operation is very simple. Once you find a resource, and it's pretty much liquid, this is more like oil and gas. Let's trying to find oil. So once you find in cubic what you have, the next thing is you put your brines into ponds, let it evaporate, let it concentrate, and once concentrate, that is treated and then is treating to be producing lithium carbonate. So it's a very simple operation. It has higher capex than spodumene, but once it's operating, then the operating cost is by far more competitive than spodumene. So more to the project, where we are. So on this map, you can see FMC, the company I was mentioning. The plant is just here. That's the Phoenix plant. Galaxy was once upon a time this big. That's Sal de Vida. They sold the northern end to POSCO. They kept the southern end of Galaxy. And now the interesting thing is that I do the analogy. When you have a house and you subdivide your house, you keep the better part of your house for yourself. From my point of view as an analyst, I see that Galaxy has done that. They kept the southern end, and because it's got better ground. The reserves of Galaxy are on the southern end. So where are we? We are on the southern end of Galaxy, and we don't see why we should have any difference in terms of the the project that we have compared to what you find at Galaxy. Now, sorry. Candelas. Candelas is our flagship project, and we have a quite significant extension. Although in the picture before, Candelas doesn't look that big, I just want to give you a bit of indication of how big it is in Sydney distances. Our project is around 15 kilometers in a straight line. The distance from here to Bondi Beach are 7 kilometers. So it's twice the distance on a straight line from here to Bondi Beach, and you're still going to be at Candelas if you do that twice. So we have a significantly large project. It's 15 kilometers long by 3 to 4 kilometers in width. Some parts have got up to 5 kilometers. And what we find so far is that the data that we have acquired by geophysics is very interesting. Now, what have we done? We started with some sampling, and we start analyzing a bit what Galaxy had. So what you see on this map is a geophysical survey by Galaxy. On that ground, you can see that there is a pilot channel, and we estimate that that pilot channel flows all the way back to our ground. This is drill hole data from Galaxy, so this is real data. When you find low-grade lithium at surface, that correlates very much with what we find at surface. And once you start drilling, the economic rate of lithium starts coming down. Since then, we decide to run geophysics. We run several gravity lines and several conductivity lines. And the results of this geophysics blew us. My calculations were initially 200 to 250 meters at depth. Geophysics has confirmed that the potential depth of our basin is 600 to 800 meters. So we are quite excited about the prospectivity of this. So what the geophysics looks like? The ground, this is one of our lines here in line 5. So the conductivity is the blue area. So that was interpreted to be brines. In some part, the thickness of this is up to 400 meters. So this picture from day to day is around 600 meters. And that's as far as the technology could penetrate in terms of conductivity. So the ground, in other words, may be open at depth. So there is that potential in our ground that will go. And I will not be surprised if that's the case, because we know that on FMC ground, the depth and FMC's got are 900 meters. So we're not talking something that is not within the area. So from the data that we have, what you see here is the gravity, what you see here is a combination of gravity and conductivity. So Quantec is the same company that did the same study for Galaxy. They came out with a conclusion that this is the profile, very conductive and shallow units that are compatible with units being saturated with brines. This is what Quantec is saying. They're very conservative. They don't come out with statements like that. They got a lot of knowledge in the area, and we're very excited that we're going to be drilling to hopefully confirm this statement. So closer. So if we have a look at it, this is line 5 again. The Galaxy and Postgran is there. That's FMC. This is a picture taken by our drone at 500 meters, and we could not put the whole profile in this picture. It's 4.8 kilometers in width. So a cross-section we will look like that. Some areas got some more depth, but some others come to surface. We have applied for drilling permits, and we expect to have those drilling permits within the next month, so fingers crossed. We want to drill this as soon as possible. Our aim is to prove out a concept. If we are positive about that, then we're going to go and get a second rig and do roughly 20 holes, depth of 400 meters, give or take. But we want to come out with a JORC as soon as possible. And in other words, we expect that by July, August next year, give or take, we could come out with a maiden JORC, fingers crossed, if we can. So we also have other tenements in the same basin. So just want to get you back to the big picture. We got other tenements in this area. And we have done some sampling, and from those sediments, it's right next door from FMC, so no surprises, high grade, low impurities. We will be doing some work at some point later on. We take that as a secondary because our primary and target objective is Candelas. Now, why Hombre Muerto is so important, why where we are is so important once again. If you see the graph in here, you see to the top right corner, top bottom left corner, you see the relationship between impurities and grade, and you see that where Hombre Muerto sits among its peers. So this is very important because once we prove this concept and it's everything goes okay and we can have a project, we could be a low-end producer in terms of lithium carbonate. So this is where we sit, this is where Hombre Muerto is, and we're very excited that we can demonstrate this. So when you start producing, why lithium carbonate production from brines is important, if you see here, cost-wise, Chile, you see Argentina, and then everyone else. So the technology is there. Hombre Muerto's got a more simplified treatment of lithium, brines in terms of the impurities. I'm not saying this a walk in the park, but compared to our peers, it's definitely the place that you want to be, with a prime product, 27 years of operation, 27 years of knowledge and product. So I've got some lithium updates, and the most important update for us directly is that POSCO transaction. $280 million transaction to the north of our galaxy now, and this is where we're getting excited. Big numbers, big news in terms of the transaction. We believe that we can come out with something significant. We're yet to demonstrate how big it is, but we know that there's a hot ground where we are. A bit of Argentina, as you know, that Argentina is a place that has ups and downs, but there's one thing that's important to mention about Argentina. 27 years of operation at FMC, with all the tumbles that have happened, there's nothing that is stopping Argentina or is stopping the lithium production to keep going. So almost 3 decades of production is showing that things can be done. So in summary, we are in a world-class location. We are potentially in our ground with high-grade and low impurities, with our large potential. And we definitely got a very good team in the ground. We're very small and tight, and we have advanced as much as we can. We started this in November last year, so watch this space. Thanks very much.